Hey guys, welcome back. So I got a few new model kits, and three of them are super cool, but two of them are really unique as far as I'm concerned. Something I'd never seen before, at least in real life, and I was able to get them on eBay. Everything here except for this one I got on eBay. So just recently I was opening up a kit just like this one that I bought from the Jacksonville show, JacksCon, back in February, and found out that it was missing some taillights. And Mark over at Hobby Nut Models told me, he says he's got a parts kit that had the taillights and it's got a bunch of spare parts in it. So he sent me this. So this is not a complete kit, but I want to thank Mark. And I know plenty of you guys reached out and gave me all kind of recommendations on what to do and things like that, but Mark actually had the taillights in this one, so he sent this, and I really appreciate that, Mark. I can't wait to get over there and get started then on this one. So I appreciate that. And now on eBay I got these kits. I got another one of these, awful big. Let me back up and raise it up. So I've got quite a few of these now. These Minicraft 1/16 scale Model A's, Model T's, and things like that. Some other different brand models and stuff. But I was able to get this one. I got it pretty cheap too. It's sealed 1/16 scale 31 Ford Model A Hot Rod Roadster. And just by looking at the picture here, it looks like there's a lot to be desired, although this picture's really been retouched a lot. You can tell this is like got animation going in it and stuff like that, especially with the engine. But I've not tried to build one of these yet, and the reason I say a lot, it just looks kind of clunky around the door handles. I believe these doors open and stuff, but I bet you can take one of these and make it look really nice. So I've got quite a few. I think I've got another one of these, but it's the red one. And yeah, it's the third, well, it's a high boy is what it's called, but pretty much the same kit. So I've got the Model A sedan, and I got a couple of the convertibles, got a couple of sedans, 2 or 3, and I got some Model T's and things like that. So my goal is, whenever I get my shop expanded, which, to mention, I put those Volkswagens on sale on Facebook Marketplace, and I had a man come up from Florida to look at them. He actually brought him and his brother-in-law. They both drove with trailers, so his intentions were taking them home with him. But I misplaced one of the in restoring something, you take everything off, but I misplaced one of the VIN tags on the body, and that's really given us a problem. And I also have misplaced one of the titles. So golly, Florida is a very hard place to get an old car and get it titled. Here in Georgia, you can just show them the VIN number in a bill of sale and you can get a title or whatever. But down in Florida, it's a pain, so I'm trying to work through that. But anyway, what I was getting at is, whenever I get those Volkswagens out of the way, I'll clear up the space so I can possibly start working on my model room expansion, and want to have a place where I can put these bigger cars, because they won't fit in my nothing fit in my display cases because they're full. But yeah, that's my goal. I've been collecting these big ones and haven't done any. I have built one, and it was the Model T. That was early in the channel. But yeah, can't wait to try and build some of these. So that's to come. But anyway, this one has custom chrome wheels, white wall tires, opening jump seat, which is that looks awful big. The rumble seat, that just looks almost too big. Maybe not. Custom flathead V8 motor, posable steering, and quick change rear end. Wow, that was a real hot rod. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, that rumble seat looks awful high. But anyway, that's that one. And then I got another one. I just love these kits here, and I saw this one, got it at a really good price too. It's another one of those Aurora kits, old timers. It's the Rambler, and the coolest thing about all these is that they are famous cars of all times. And I know I've said that on many videos. It's like, why didn't they put the most famous cars of all time? But anyway, famous cars of all time, Rambler. And the coolest box art just about of any model kit I've ever seen are these old Aurora kits. This is a 1963 version. The instructions, however, will have, if it was a 64, no, this one is a 63. Okay, because sometimes you'll get a 63 and it will say 64. But I've not gone through everything, but I'm assuming it's all here. That's not a good thing to assume sometimes, as I've just been taught that lesson with that 32 Ford. But hopefully it's all here. And I'm getting a pretty nice collection of these Auroras, and they're just so cool. Again, they're 16th scale too, so they're a little bit big. Another thing, it's like, where do I put them? Got to have a bigger model room or with bigger display cases. So I got that one. So that's really cool. And now these last two. And this stuff might not be so cool to you, but it's cool to me. I got this. Now, there's nothing new about the Highway Pioneers kits. I've got a bunch of them. And I've got some that were mini craft. You know, they started Revell. It was a gallon and gallon. Excuse me. And so Revell did them way back from the 50s. And then they put them out with mini craft. And I built the, what was that thing? Renault, I think it was, by the mini craft. But it was still a Highway Pioneers, you know, an old Revell gallon and gallon release. But this one, however, is a Highway Pioneers model kit, but it's put out by Dapol. And if you can remember, if you saw the video where my friend Ralph from over in Germany, he sent me this, he printed out a portion of this book, Scale Auto Modeler. And in this book, because he knows I love these things, it has this article here about the Pioneer kits. And it has, if I can get it on here, talks about the Dapol. It's a British company. Let's see. Plastic does not get much more classic than this thanks to the resurrection of the Highway Pioneers series of early motor cars by Dapol Limited. First produced around 53 in California, gallon and gallon. The series was marketed very successful by Revell until 1958, being overtaken in popularity by more contemporary subjects. The quite extensive 1/32 scale range. Let me go on down. Not all these arrived in the UK at that time, but they completed the early range of British vehicles and production of Airfix. But Dapol have taken the very reasonable step of the pricing range. Okay, so they're just talking about how Dapol got these molds and they produced them, and I'm supposing they may have been the last ones to put these out. But yeah, Dapol product, Highway Pioneers to 15 Ford T, 32nd scale, and yeah, it was a British company. That gives you all the kits that, you know, were available. See what it says. Oh, Dapol Limited, Winsford, Cheshire, England. The history of the car from the 19 to 53, 22 Pioneers. So there was 22 of them. And this box kind of opens like this. And it's brand new. It's never been messed with. Now I've got this kit in the Highway Pioneers version, and it was made out of the acetate material. I forget exactly what it's called, but anyway, this is the plastic that would warp like the old Johan promos. They would get the Johan smile and the bodies would warp all to pieces because they were using that plastic, and it would over time and heat, I guess, it would just warp really bad. But this one, fortunately, I don't have this kit in the 1915, so I got it now, and it's in styrene, so that's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. There's your window right there, or your glass. So yeah, I saw this on eBay, and thanks to Ralph, because I may have passed it up, and not recognized what it was, but when I saw that I was like, oh man, that is really cool. So I got that. It wasn't expensive at all either. It was really cheap. Yeah, pretty cool. And then the last one here is this this little combo kit. ITC Midget Models, hobby division of Ideal Toy Corporation. So I guess ITC, Ideal Toy Corporation. These is a Stutz Bearcat, famous runabout in the Model T sedan, beloved old Lizzie. So this one is 2 1/4 inches long when assembled. These are like 140. Where's the scale? Is there a scale on here? Maybe not. 2 1/4 inches long when assembled. Precision molded components, step-by-step instructions, many more ITC midget models to choose from. And then the Stutz is 2 3/4 of an inch long when assembled. Precision molded components, step-by-steps, many to choose from. And this is a 1963, made in the USA, Ideal Toys Corporation, Hollis 23, New York. I just thought that was super cool. Never seen anything like this. They're really small. Looks like it probably was 50 cents. Maybe that's the price there. This number's a little different because it's got a 1 dash, but I bet it was about a 50-cent model back in the early 60s. Very cool. And see how small these things are. Here's that's the Stutz. So you can see how small it is. Got the hood and all molded in. It's just a little bitty curbside, but yeah. Here's the chassis for the Model T. Look at that. Isn't that something? That is so cool. Very, very low parts count. I mean, you got both cars on 2 trees. Here's the Model T body. See if I can get it to go together. And this is just like the Highway Pioneers when I showed you, as far as the same body style. So there's the little, so we can sit it on the chassis. There you go. Got that little guy. That is really neat. Now look at the door. It's like the door opened in the middle there. I didn't know that. But you know what? I guess it does, because if you look at this one, that's where the door is. Well, that's interesting. You kind of open the door and you have to go up into the front. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what scale this is, like 1/48 or something like that, I believe it is. I thought it would have said it on the box, but it doesn't. It just gives you the size. And here's the instructions, just one for each side. And there's the Stutz. So, yeah, pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Some of you guys might think, if it ain't a hot rod, I don't want it, and that's fine. I kind of used to be that way too, but I started liking this old stuff, weird stuff, and it just I can't get enough of it. Man, these, you could, how many of these could you stack up in place of all the 1/25 boxes? You know, you could probably get like 10,000 of these in the same amount of space. Ha ha ha. One other thing I wanted to show you, something new I got on MCB Products. If you haven't been over there lately, it's I don't have a built model of it yet, but this is a 351 Cleveland. It's a pro charged version. So this is the intake, goes on top of the carburetor. So you got the Dominator carburetor fits on your intake. Then this, it's like a pusher system, right? Like a push or a blow through, like a blow through turbo, but it's a blow through centrifugal supercharger, whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This guy that designed this does a really good job. It's got the Ford, so you can see that Ford Racing valve covers. But yeah, 351 Cleveland C4 transmission, and very cool. Got long tube headers. He said it will fit most old style you know, 60s cars and stuff like that, the headers that he's designed here. That's one thing that you have a hard time with 3D printed engines, is when you get a set of headers, they rarely fit anything. And yeah, so he said these headers should fit early style stuff, but you're still going to have to do adjustments, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So centrifugal, or a whatever, it's a Pro Charge. Yeah, no, not Pro Charge, that's off the crankshaft. What is this thing? This is centrifugal. Looks like a turbocharger, but it's belt driven. Whatever, I'm getting lost in my thoughts. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's over there. Also got the finally got headers for the 440s. I do have one version that comes with the headers. It's the tunnel ram version, but the other versions, they'll come with manifolds. So I got these 440 headers. Now they're going to be specific for the 440 that I sell. I don't know how well they'll fit another 440, but they're direct replacements for the ones that I sell. So any of the 440 engines that I have, it will fit. But anyway, all right, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate you. As always, go check it out, hobbynutmodels.com. Mark's been a great supporter of this channel, and just a great member of the community. So go check it out, hobbynutmodels.com. It's always linked in the description of the video. Go check out what Mark's got to offer over there. And I've already mentioned, but I'll show you my curled up sticker. Don't forget to go check out mcvproducts.net, where you can get that 351 Cleveland, not Windsor, but Cleveland. I don't know if there's many 351 Clevelands out there in the 3D printed world, but I got one, and I thought that was really cool. So go check. All right, so that'll do it. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for supporting my channel and my small business too, and also for Mark's. So thank you for all that you do. If you hadn't already, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you've ever come across the ITC midget models. That's kind of politically incorrect now, I think. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never seen this before. And if you've had a Dapo model kit, let me know. It's pretty cool. I would have never known it until Ralph said something to me about it. So that's it, guys. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye. All right. Well, quick announcement. I know it's already at the end of the video. I went to the post office just after this video, and there was a envelope in there from Owen Endo from Hilo, Hawaii. And guess what Owen sent me? He said, this is the missing part that you need for your 32 Ford 3 window. Taillight front end part you need. I was watching your YouTube and saw you need for your model. I had some extra parts for this, so this is for you. So thank you, Owen. He was watching pretty darn close because he was seeing parts that I didn't have. So thank you so very much. Wow, what a great community. All the way from Hawaii, man. I've never been there. I would love to go to Hawaii, but I got some taillights and some front end parts from Hawaii. Thanks, Owen. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care and see ya. Bye.